Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video we are taking a look at some super fun battles in the Great League Remix Cup featuring FLYGON. After reaching the global leaderboards yesterday, I decided to switch it up from the Pidgeot team and just run a team for fun. So I ran a team consisting of Empoleon, Dragelsi, and FLYGON, and it honestly went way better than I was expecting. I ran it for 11 battles and went 8-3 in those battles against some incredibly talented opposition. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and let's take a look at FLYGON in action. Hopping into the first match against GGS Kakaroto, and we are leading our Empoleon into a Shadow Dragonite. So this is a pretty nice lead for us, although the opponent makes a really nice catch and catches the Drill Peck on the incredibly tanky Alomomola. Now we are going to counter switch in with our Dragelsi, and right before they get to the Psychic, I am going to be going for the Outrage because the Drill Peck plus the Dragon Tail damage should put it into Outrage range, so we are able to take it out. Now my opponent waits the switch clock, comes back in with the Shadow Dragonite, but I recognize their switch clock is not up yet. They're still stuck in here, so I am going to shield and Dragon Tail all the way down. And they have an Empoleon in the back, so a Shadow Dragonite double water strategy. They have 2 shields, so I'm going to build up to the Outrage, bait with the Aqua Tail, build up to the second Aqua Tail, and switch into my own Empoleon. My goal here is I'm hoping that I can survive a Hydro Cannon plus 2 waterfalls to get to my own. But unfortunately, I make a miscalculation and I'm not able to get there. But we should still be in a good position because we have FLYGON left alive. Even these resisted Dragon Tails really chunk. And all we need FLYGON to do is to get their last shield, which it just did, and get it into Aqua Tail range because Dragelsi has the Aqua Tail loaded. The threat of a Dragon Tail farm down forces the Empoleon to throw their energy, which is absolutely perfect. And now we have the Aqua Tail loaded onto Dragelsi, and we are going to be able to take out their Empoleon and win the game. So a very good game there. All right, hopping into the next match. We have Empoleon into a Scavalier. Terrible lead for us. I'm going to save switch into FLYGON, and we're met with a Shadow Lapras. So this is going terribly for us so far. I'm able to make it to the Earth Power. This will be doing big damage to the Shadow Lapras, but unfortunately we get the shield. I will let you guys know, typically for this team, Dragelsi is the safe switch, but for an Escavalier lead, I do typically safe swap into the FLYGON. Now we will have to tank a Skull Bash here. Shadow Skull Bash will hurt quite a bit, but we can survive it, and since they've buffed their defense and they still have a lot of health left, there's no way I'm going to be able to waterfall down, so I'll be forced to go for the Drill Peck and farm them down. They're coming right back in with a Scavalier. We bring in Dragelsi, and they have Alomomola. So the second Alomomola in as many games. We're going to be going straight for the Outrage. This will be doing big damage to the Alomomola. Does not take it out, and they're able to get to the Psychic. Now I definitely need to respect the Psychic here, so the shield will come up, and now we're just going to try and commit to the farm down and leave with some extra energy if possible. We leave with just over an Aqua Tail, which is very nice, and now we can start to apply some pressure onto this Escavalier. I'm thinking my win con here is, hopefully, between that Aqua Tail that just landed and the resisted Dragon Tails, if I can get it into Waterfall farm down range and aggressively switch in the Empoleon, I'm thinking that's the win con. We're going to try and get it low. We switch into Empoleon, and it just barely lives. Oh no. So unfortunately, I miscalculated there, and we are going to take the loss. Such a close game. Hopping into the next match against a trainer who I believe is one of the top Sylph battlers in the world. But again, it's not looking great for us, as this is looking like the same team. We're not able to get to the Earth Power this time. This battler was a lot faster on the switch, so I'm only able to get to a Dragon Claw, and since they recognized it was just a Dragon Claw, we do not force a shield. Since we didn't force a shield, I need to find a way to create an advantage for my Dragelsi to help me sweep endgame. So even though they Skull Bash, I am going to commit all the way to the farm down and leave with an energy lead, because at this point in the match, health on my Empoleon is irrelevant since they have an Escavalier, but extra energy can get me the shield advantage, which can hopefully give me an advantage in the match. Again, they have Alomomola in the back. And this time, we know we have to shield, so I would rather play for the extra Dragon Tail And now we are going to be going for the outrage. Here I want as much farm as possible, so I am going to undercharge it just to a great. It doesn't quite KO, and now we're going to leave with 1.5 Aqua Tails loaded. Back in comes the Escavalier. Let's see, if second time's the charm, can we get a win versus this team? We landed the Aqua Tail. That does a nice chunk of damage. This one should be getting the shield. But this time we do have a shield, so this will be tough. We're trying to get it low. I switch into the Empoleon. We can't snipe it again, but we're able to sneak the Aqua Tail through as he throws the first drill run, and that Dragon Tail sneaking through is going to be enough to take him out. So unfortunately, I miscalculate twice in a row, but the second time since we had the shield, we were able to sneak the Dragon Tail through and get the win. Hopping into the next match, picking up a pretty interesting lead versus Blastoise. I think that's the first one I've seen in Remix Cup. And Hydro Cannon, I mean, it hurts. Empoleon is pretty glassy, but we can tank one. We're going for the Drill Peck, and now we save swap into Dragalge, and we're met by a Frostlass. Now, based on the typing, you might think this is a good matchup for Frostlass, but Dragalge can win this in the 2-shield. So my plan here is, even though I can win this in the 2-shield, what's more valuable to me with this team than switch advantage is shield advantage. If I can get both of their shields and then kill their ice type with Empoleon, then Flygon with the shield advantage can often sweep endgame. So here, this is totally fine. I'm not going to shield this. I'm going to let this go. And then we're going to farm down with Empoleon, and we're going to trust in Flygon with the shield advantage to close this match for us. They bring in Blastoise. We're going to be going for the Drill Peck. This will be taking care of the Blastoise, and we'll have to see what they have in the back. And it's a Drapion. So this game is over. All we have to do is no shield the first Crunch, just in case they get the defense debuff. Crunch goes through. Oh, they do get the debuff, but at this point, they're recognizing there's no win con, and they concede the match. All right, hopping into the next match against Professor Nyx. All right, we have Empoleon into Rainy Cast form. Now here, knowing the counts will be important, because if they're able to get to a Thunder, this could get rough. I'm pretty sure this is just a water-type Weather Ball, so we are going to let that go. That's fine, and now we're going to be going for that neutral Drill Peck. And Drill Peck should be doing some solid damage, and now once we've chipped it, we can bring in Dragalge. And my opponent staying in here and throwing tells me that they may not have a clean response to a Dragalge, as they need to chip some health before they bring it in, and they do not. They bring in a Mandibuzz. I'm going straight for the Outrage. I'm at a health disadvantage, so I'm trying to do as much damage as I can before I get taken out. And we're able to get a Dragon Tail through as they throw, which is so nice. Foul Play will not take us out here. I throw one more Dragon Tail, and I'm trying to force a CMP tie. We get the shield, and it's CMP. Okay, this is perfect. This is everything I want. Now they're not able to farm us down. That's huge. Empoleon comes back in, and we just can't farm down. But I'm willing to commit a shield because I will have a big energy lead on Empoleon, and that will help me take out whatever they have in back. They bring in the Rainy Cast. I try and farm down. I definitely should have switched into Flygon to snipe there. Not quite able to farm down, and they have a Beedrill in the back, and things are looking good for us as we have the back-to-back Hydro Cannons. First one gets the shield, second one will be doing big damage, and then we can just switch into Flygon, and these Dragon Tails do huge damage to Beedrill. It doesn't matter what they throw. Flygon is fine here. Drill Run? Sure. And Flygon will be able to farm down the rest of their squad and get the win. So again, that Dragon Tail damage from Flygon is absolutely unreal. Hopping in the next match, an amazing lead versus Nidoqueen. And they're staying in, which tells me that they're probably ABA weak to Empoleon. So one of their lead Pokemon and one of their back Pokemon are both weak to Empoleon. So here it is very important that I preserve health on Empoleon, and then once they bring in their one Empoleon counter, then I need to safe switch out to bait out the second thing. So they bring in an Obstagoon, I save swap into Dragalge, and they bring in a Frostlass. So one of their lead and back Pokemon was weak to Empoleon, and that's why they didn't end up switching out of that negative matchup, and being able to read that ended up being crucial. And now we're gonna let this go, Avalanche, and now we're gonna bring in the Empoleon. We're not gonna quite be able to farm down, and here I decide to call it. I miscount, they had enough for the Shadow Ball, and now it's Flygon versus the world. They have an Obstagoon, and this will be tough, because if they boost here, I have to call the first one. It's a Night Slash, they do not boost, but these Dragon Tails are really starting to add up. I need to get to 2 Dragon Claws because this Dragon Tail damage should hopefully get it close to Dragon Claw range. We are so low. We're getting to the Dragon Tail here. Just one more Dragon Tail. We survive a counter, and as they enter the counter animation for the counter that will kill us, we farm down and get the win. Hopping into the next match, Empoleon Mirror, and they save swap into Primeape, and right away, this has me worried. The fact that they switched in a fighter so aggressively makes me think it's probably Empoleon double fighter, which honestly is not great for my team. We are going to be going for the Aqua Tail. It does take them out. And now they are waiting their clock, and they're coming back in with their Empoleon. So we're going to farm up here, and I was a little worried they were going to throw. So I throw like right when I thought they were going to throw the move, but unfortunately, miscalculation, they end up trying to farm down, so I could have gotten to the outrage. We're able to get double Aqua Tails, which still gets Empoleon very low, but it is another fighter in the back. It's a Shadow Hitmonchan. Now, fortunately, the good thing in this situation is that Dragon Tail does huge damage, but since we don't resist counter, FLYGON is taking a lot of damage here as well. Dragon Claw, we're able to get the shield, and we are going to have to commit the second shield here, because this is looking rough for us. They have a bunch of energy loaded on Empoleon, and we're going to be going straight for the Dragon Claw, just trying to do as much damage as we can to the Empoleon. And unfortunately, Empoleon able to farm down, and I believe they have the 2 moves loaded that they'll need to take us out. Hydro Cannon comes through, and unfortunately, second Hydro Cannon. So that was a bit of a rough squad. Unfortunately, we weren't quite able to find the win con there. All right, hopping into the next match, Empoleon into Shadow Machamp. Terrible lead for us. We're going to save swap into FLYGON, and they're staying in, which honestly works super well for me. Super happy about this because we're doing huge damage, and they're going to bring in a Victini. Now, Victini, the confusion will really chunk, but Victini is not the tankiest, so it definitely has to respect the potential Earth Power. We get the shield, and now we're going to get to do some chip damage with Dragon Claw, and we're able to get it very low. I am waiting my clock here, and I'll be coming in with Empoleon, and they throw one more confusion, so they're only going to be able to get off 1 V-Create. That's huge for us, as we can tank 1 V-Create, just not 2. And it all depends. They have the Machamp. What else do they have? They bank a move, they switch out, they defer the Dragon Tail, and they have a Registeel. So things are looking tough here for us. We're going for the Aqua Tail, and now Aqua Tail, it's neutral, but with these resisted Dragon Tails, it's really not doing a lot. We do get the shield, and now my thinking is we have to try and catch onto Empoleon, if at all possible, and try and bait back out the Shadow Machamp. I'm able to get to the Aqua Tail, which is really nice. My clock just won't be up here, though. So we land that. I'm spamming the switch button, and just as it comes up, we're able to catch onto Empoleon. Okay, they go for the Flash Cannon. That gets me pretty low. And unfortunately, they're able to farm me down. I bring back in Dragelsi, I try and farm down. They defer the Dragon Tail, and they get to the move. Such an incredibly close game. What a play by my opponent, deferring the fast moves twice in order to secure the victory. Hopping into the next match, amazing lead, Empoleon into Shadow Golbat. This works out really well for me. They do a really nice catch onto their own Empoleon. Very nicely done, but now we have Dragelsi, and Dragelsi enjoys this matchup. Dragelsi really doesn't have to worry about any kind of damage here. Hydro Cannon, Drill Peck, that's nothing to worry about, and can farm up a ton of energy and now go for the Aqua Tail. They shield the Aqua Tail here, and I make a mistake. Instead of just shielding their move and farming down, I accidentally click on the Aqua Tail. Big mistake by me. That's unfortunate. Aqua Tail will take them out. They bring back in the Golbat, and I'm only able to get to 1 Aqua Tail. If I didn't click that, if I just farmed down, I would have been able to get to 2 and probably could have taken out the Golbat here. But unfortunately, no luck. We bring in Empoleon. At this point, I just have to trust in FLYGON. Shadow Ball does a ton. they have a Greninja in the back. So what a cool team. I believe it was featured by Zionic. But yeah, very cool team there. But we can just shield up the Surf. And unfortunately, Greninja gets absolutely shredded by Dragon Tails from FLYGON. We are going to be able to take them out. And now we just Dragon Tail down the Golbat. Opponent sees the writing on the wall and concedes the match. And I believe we have 2 bonus battles here of me running the same team, but just from prior to hitting rank 20. I believe they were rank 16 or 17. So leading Empoleon into a Pidgeot, and this is a really nice lead for us. The fact that they're staying in, they may be weak in the back, so I am going to shield up the Brave Bird. They bring in the Primeape, and I'm really slow on the switch. This is not ideal. To be fair, Dragelsi has a nice matchup versus Primeape, but that's definitely not what you want to see. We will be able to take them out with the Aqua Tail or force that first shield. If they do decide to shield, which they do, things get a little dicey because I really can't use this second shield. I need to save it for FLYGON. So we are going to let that go, and we're going to trust in FLYGON to help close this match for us. FLYGON, 2 Dragon Tails, dispatches of the Primeape. In comes the Shadow Kanto Ninetales. We're going to be going straight for the Dragon Claw. This will be doing a nice chunk of damage. They let it through because it's not the Earth Power. They get to a move. FLYGON's pretty glassy. I even have to respect a Weather Ball. They try and switch in the Pidgeot. That gets Dragon Tail down. And now, so does their Shadow Ninetales. So FLYGON, just save it as shield, and it can do a lot of work. Empoleon into Mandibuzz. So here, I'll definitely want to try and get some chip damage off on the Mandibuzz before I'm safe swapping out of here. They do a really nice catch, catching Hydro Cannon on a shiny Rainy Cast form. Oh man, I am so jealous. That is a shiny that I still have not gotten yet. That is very cool. We are going to let that through. That's just a Weather Ball. That's fine. We can even let another Weather Ball through if need be. Totally fine, not worried about it. That gets us low, but we're not going to get Water Gun down, and we leave with a ton of loaded energy, and we're going to be able to apply a lot of pressure to this Mandibuzz. In comes the Mandibuzz, and we're going straight for the nuke move, trying to do maximum damage. Outrage lands, and they throw. That's so big for us. They were worried about the rest of our energy, so they waste energy on the Dragalge. We bring in Empoleon. They have Wish Cash, and we have Dragon Tail FLYGON. Now, Wish Cash is very spammy. They get to charge moves very quickly, and we have to respect the Blizzard. But man, FLYGON, these Dragon Tails are unreal, and they let the first Dragon Claw through. That's so good for us. We're going to shield up. It's definitely just a Mud Bomb bait. It's unlikely they'll go for Blizzard here, but I still have to respect it. I am going to be shielding that up, as we are going to be trading shields here. I get there first. They actually go for the Blizzard. That's huge that we shield that. Now they're not able to get to a Mud Bomb. In comes the Mandibuzz. We're going to bank the Dragon Claw, and we're going to be in a comfortable position to take this match, as we can just go straight for the Hydro Cannon. They shield it up, and even if they throw, we should be able to farm down, or we have the Dragon Claw loaded. So either way, we're in a pretty comfortable position, and we take the win. So all in all, I had a ton of fun running this team. Honestly, I was running it more as just a strategy to lose elo to improve my queue times, but we ended up going positive with it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing if you haven't. It really does help out the channel. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.